Sad news coming out of the hardcore world last week. Every Time I Die will not live to die again. Let's break it down. What's up everybody, I'm Randy Rouillet. This is the Hardcore Breakdown, where I break down everything in the world of hardcore, punk, and alternative music. If you're new here, please subscribe to my channel, smash that like button, leave a comment down below, and with all that out of the way, let's get started. So Every Time I Die announced last week that they are pulling the plug on the band, citing a fallout between the four members and Keith Buckley. You may remember last December that Buckley left the band while on tour in order to focus on his mental health and well-being. The band planned to continue to tour without a lead singer, encouraging the fans to be the singer. And while a lot of fans voiced their concern and support for Buckley, many of them were super excited to be at those shows to become an active participant in the band's set. However, that tour was cut short due to COVID complications. Now fast forward to 2022, the band was slated to go on tour with Under Oath and Spirit Box, although those plans seem to have flatlined because the band has lost all contact with Buckley. The four remaining members have no plans to continue Every Time I Die with a new frontman. Now I'm not going to go into the nitty-gritty details of the breakup or the cease and desist letter. All that information is readily available, and if you want to find out more of that on your own, please feel free to do so. I'm just here to react to the news. Now, I was able to catch them at Furnace Fest last year, and I was super impressed with them. And not really so much with their music or their sound or their production, but mainly because of their blue-collar work ethic. They didn't seem to have big egos. They were super respectful of their fans. They wanted to make sure everybody was having fun, but also staying safe. And that's something that I think most artists these days could take some notes from. Travis Scott. Sorry, I had a tickle in my throat. That's better. Now, admittedly, I was late to the game when it came to Every Time I Die, so this news doesn't hit me quite as hard as, let's say, when Under Oath announced that they were splitting up back in 2013, but I do know a lot of fans in the hardcore community who are devastated by this news. Now, me, I'm not ready to take Every Time I Die off life support. Bands breaking up and getting back together and reuniting have seemed to become quite a trend over the past few years. You saw it, as I mentioned, with Under Oath. They broke up in 2013 only to get back together 3 years later in 2016. Atreyu went on a long-term hiatus in 2011, but then came back and not only recorded albums, but also toured. Yes, they had some lineup changes, but they're still out there doing their thing. As Cities Burn seems to break up between every fucking album, so what's that say? Beloved, who broke up, 15 years ago, even got back together, not just to do the reunion show at Furnace Fest, but also they're going into the studio to record a new album. You're seeing it right now with the reunion tour that My Chemical Romance is doing. Are they gonna stick around and make a new album? I don't know, but we have My Chemical Romance back now. So there's nothing saying that Every Time I Die can't get their shit together and reunite. But if this is indeed the end of the road for Every Time I Die, at least they're going out on a high note. Radical is a fantastic album, and it's super rare to see bands make such great music so late in their career. And I think that's a real testament not only to their musicianship, their creativity, but also just their dedication to their craft. And I've got a lot of respect for Every Time I Die. So what do you think of this news? Do you think they flatlined or they're just in a coma? Do you think there's a chance that they could reunite somewhere down the line? Me personally, I think it's definitely possible. So whatever you think, leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear from you, I'd love to interact with you. And if you like this kind of content, be sure to hit that notification bell so you'll be alerted to every time I post a new video. That's all I have for today, so until next time, I'll see you in the pit.